My body aches. I shoveled yesterday and I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Like
Oh, it's too damn bad, is what the wizard's telling you.
I just
So,
I'm at the point now where if there's an inch of snow, I'm like, fuck it, I'm leaving it. Like I'll shovel the walkway for like the postal person, but like that's it. I'm not
yep,
doing this anymore. Like we have a snow blower, but like we haven't gotten enough snow to like actually snow blow yet, and I'm over it.
yeah. Because what did we get? Like four? Was it like 4 inches yesterday or something like that? And it
Yeah.
was like, right, just enough to piss you off, but like not enough. Like you're right to use a snowblower.
Yeah.
So,
But I do have to say, my neighbors are like so petty with shoveling. Like they will shovel their sidewalk to exactly their property line. And like whatever, that's fine, but I think it's hilarious because you'll see like some of the folks, they haven't come home from work or whatever, and it's literally to their property line. And I'm like, damn, people are like,
what?
what?
There's like not even just a little bit. Like, and you lived in our neighborhood, so you know, like
Yeah.
we're fortunate here that they're like they help each other, and
Yeah.
sometimes we have retirees that just have nothing else to do and they'll snow blow the entire block, which is I am so grateful for. Thank you guys so much for doing that. But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of how the burbs are.
I know. But the best part is I don't have to dig my car out of the street with street parking anymore.
Yes.
So it's like a win.
Yeah.
It's like a
Trade off kind of
yeah.
thing.
But I have been seeing some really awesome like TikToks of people being like, I shoveled this out and someone parked in it and they're like they're like digging them back in, leaving like water so that ice hits under their wheels. I'm like, people
Oh
are
my.
like, but
Oh,
here
that's
we leave a lovely chair,
yes.
a
We have our
cone.
our
Yeah.
Chicago dibs, which like I saw somebody put like a full out like dinner table, like a set dinner table. Like there were like it was like Thanksgiving dinner, like ready, like with a tablecloth and everything as their dibs. But yeah, it's pretty. I do other cities not do dibs?
I the videos that I saw were like in Jersey and New York and Philly and like they didn't. So I do
Yeah.
think that dibs may be a either Midwestern or a Chicago thing because
Yeah.
could you imagine you just get a couple of friends and you're all just sitting around the dibs table just like drinking beer. You're just like,
Right,
hey.
exactly. And so like and I guess and maybe then we should explain like the dibs like what it is. So
Yeah.
dibs is like you have like if you dig out your spot for like on the street or something like that in front of your house or whatever from snow, you call dibs on that parking spot. So that's why we call it dibs. And yeah, people get very creative. Usually it's like lawn chairs. I think that's the
Yeah.
classic to hold your spot. But yes, I've seen like Halloween decorations, like the skeletons that are sitting out there. The dinner table that was a new one,
Love
which is
it.
hilarious. So yeah, it's a very people get very creative and very funny with their dib
Oh yeah.
spots.
And you don't move the item. If you move it, you will be shunned to Chicago hell.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh man. I remember a few years ago, I had a friend come over. Do you remember what was it into? We moved in this house, so it was maybe 2014, no, 2015, I think. There was like that huge snowstorm,
Yep. Hmm.
and it was like 2 feet of snow that we got overnight or something like that. So, and I had one of my friends, she was a teacher, and she came over. I was planning my wedding at the time, so I'm like, you want to come over and just do wedding planning because we're just going to be snowed in. A woman across the street, I think you live here and you know who it is,
Yeah.
dug out her spot, and like just as that lady was gonna go get her car,
Oh
my
no.
friend came in and swooped in her spot. She came over to my house, rang the doorbell, and like she clearly saw that like it was my friend that went in.
Yeah.
But my friend had a loaner car, so I didn't recognize the car.
Oh, okay.
So and she goes, "Do you know whose car that is? That parked in that spot. I just dug it out and blah blah blah." And she was yelling at me and stuff, and I was just like, "Lady, I don't know who that car is. Like, I have no. That's not my car's in my garage. That's not
Right.
me." And then I turn around, like I close the door and I turn around. My friend's like, "That's my car," and I was like, "Then you better fucking move it because she is gonna egg it or put it in like set it in ice or something." So
Oh my God, that's
very
actually
aggressive.
also the that lady failed. She should have brought her dib with her because
Yes.
you don't risk that because technically once
Yes.
she walked away, it wasn't dibbed.
Right? It wasn't, yes, it wasn't dib. There was nothing there. So my friend just saw a spot that was open and swooped in. So it was fair game.
Oh my
But
god.
across the street is not Chicago.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So there's no
So
rules.
I guess it's not, I guess, she was not, privy of the dibs rule. So her fault.
I feel like when you're born in the city of Chicago, or at least like in the city limits, you should get like a handbook of like the do's and don'ts of being a Chicagoan, and dibs needs to be
Yes.
like chapter 4 because we get so much snow that you have to know.
Oh God, that'd be fun. We should do that. Like, and then we should, and it's got to be divvied up to the north, west, and south side because there's
course.
different rules with all those, right?
You have to
Oh, that'd
select
be
whether
fun.
you're a Cubs fan or a Sox fan within your first 5 years of life.
Yes, exactly. Immediately, and everyone hates the Packers here.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a Packers fan, you cannot live here.
No. And if you do, you live close enough to the border where you can just hop over. Like you can't
Right,
live in
exactly.
Chicago and be a Packers fan.
No,
Abomination.
agreed. Yep, absolutely. Your residency is revoked. Absolutely.
You have to pay more in property taxes. Hey, actually, maybe that'd be fun. Like, Packers fan.
I think we're onto something here, right? And if you're a South Sider and you move to the North Side and you're a Sox fan, I think that's the same rules that should apply.
Yeah, we're gonna. Both of us are running for mayor. That's it.
Again, we should have a mayor for the North Side and the South Side.
Yes, I love this. Look at us. We're gonna run for office, and
Oh God,
you know,
now we're talking like Berlin in 1930s that we're like gonna put up a wall or something between the North and South Side.
it's just gonna be a lovely, beautiful strip mall. On one side, it'll be North Side like delicacies, and then the other side, South Side delicacies, and that's it. We gotta.
And I mean, the wall has to go up in what state? Madison, right? That's the 0-0 mark. Yeah.
Yep. And of course,
There you
there'll be a toll right there, so you have to pay a toll either way.
Like the Skyway, like
Yeah.
the $8 Skyway. That's gonna be right in the middle.
Sorry, you work on the north side. That's $8 one way, baby.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Look at us. We just
We
came
solved
Yeah.
Chicago's problems
by building a wall.
by building the wall.
Oh, love it. Okay, we should probably get started.
Yes, we should. Yes, we should.
Oh my god. Well, I think it's safe to say that IndyCar is heating up with news, which, with a month-ish left till the season starts, which is crazy to think that we're finally kind of in like the last couple of weeks before St. Pete. Some fun things dropped, some, juicy gossip dropped.
Sure did.
And I think we'll kick it off with we finally have resolution from the Alex Palou McLaren saga, kind of, but Alex Palou needs to pay $12 million to basically Zach Brown for signing a contract with Arrow McLaren and then going, just kidding, bye.
Never mind. Bye. Wow. So directly, like Alex himself.
Yep.
Needs to pay it, not Ganassi.
Technically, Alex has to pay it, but Chip has been very vocal about how he's going to support Alex through this. I believe Ganassi paid for all of his legal representation and legal fees, which is that's millions of dollars. So I do wonder if they have a deal. And here's the thing, Alex may have paid off $12 million to Chip already with winning the 500 and the championship last year with sponsorship. So Chip might pay Alex to say, hey, pay them out and then we're good. You're good, baby. You're fine. Mm-hmm. But technically Alex needs to pay it, not Ganassi. But the crazy thing is Zach is a petty motherfucker because he's going after Palou for McLaren's legal fees, which is in the millions as well. So he may pay up to close to $20 million in this. And
is he going to get another fireplace out of this too?
Oh, that's fireplace. He's going to get he's going to get a super yacht in Monaco for this. Come on.
See, like, I don't know. He's just like a super villain to me. The more that I hear about Zach Brown and just his like pettiness and stuff like that, the more I'm just like, you're just a James Bond villain.
Yeah.
That's all you are.
Yeah.
You just might as well just have your furry cat and you're just petting and just laughing maniacally at the TV. Like that's what I picture him doing in the off season.
He petting a cat, it's just petting Lando. Like that's it.
Lando and Pato is just fanning him in the background.
And Oscar is just chained somewhere in a cage because no one likes him and McLaren, and he's like, I'm stuck here forever.
Oh my God. Christian is just throwing grapes in his mouth. Oh God.
Oh my God. Nolan's washing his car. Like it's just, oh God. Yeah. So, Pillow, he's relieved that it's over, right? But it's still a lot of money. So, Ganassi can help him out, but he's got to win some championships or win some, bigger prize money or things like that to kind of pay this off. But it's finally over. And if you think about it, this has taken forever. We've gone through how many drivers since Polo was announced? We went through Malukas for a hot second, and then the ever revolving Teddy Porkchop. And then all of a sudden we had Nolan. And then finally, Polo and McLaren are amicably split, I guess is the best way to say it in legal terms. But Fox is also very petty because during Media Day, they asked Polo as one of his questions for Media Day, how do you feel about racing against McLaren this year as like a championship contender? Like literally right after this announcement. And I'm like, you know what?
Baiting him, like just rage baiting him that he just got, which like I'm sure he knew that information beforehand, you know what I mean? And they're just like prepping before. Yeah, they're gonna ask you these questions, and you just better lock it the fuck up. Like, don't get into it. Don't let your anger show that you're about to pay $20 million.
Jesus, $20 million is a lot of money. But I guess if he wanted the F1 seat and he saw that Oscar took it, I get wanting to get out, right? Because then he'd be stuck in IndyCar. But isn't he kind of stuck in IndyCar now? Like, I don't think he was in a good headspace that year. What was the year that it was 2023 when he made the change? 24, right? So maybe things were going bad during Ganassi, or he didn't see a potential, or does he really want to go to F1? I think the question is does Alex Palou want to end up in F1? And I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That ship has sailed, don't you think? Where else would he go in F1?
I don't know. Like, it
was 2023.
2023. Okay, so that's the year that Will Power won the championship. So something was going on, right? Like, So I don't know. Tinfoil hat moment. I would love to see him in a Red Bull with Max.
That'd be pretty cool.
The way
I think Max has talked about him before, because I know that they know each other, that they've raised or trained or whatever together. Yeah. I mean, he definitely has what it takes.
Yeah. And the super license points.
And the super license points. Sorry, Cloten. But we don't know how much time has he ever spent in an F1 car? Has he ever
He did some tests with McLaren. I think he did some FP1s during his little mini stint with them. But I do think that I would love to see him in a competitive F1 car just to see if he's great. He's a generational talent in IndyCar, but going from IndyCar to F1, what Colton is trying to do is unthinkable. And I would love for him to get into even I almost said racing bulls, V-carb, whatever they're called, right? And just see what happens. I would love to see that, but
that'd be cool.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen now. I think he's tarnished his reputation a little bit on the grid. But if someone's petty against Zach Brown, like if Christian Horner ever decides to come back, that's a nice way to say, hey.
Fuck you. That I was just going to say, I'm like, if any team really wants to say fuck you to Zach Brown, I'd be like, you know what? Let's get Palou in here and see what happens.
Oh, stunning. Well, at least it's over. At least we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Oh man. So other news. So we did get word that the Weenie 500 is going to make a return to the 500. So it's going to be on Carb Day, right?
Yes.
And that's hilarious. And I know I heard on Hinch and Rossi's podcast that they were talking about it, and like Hinch was like, "What other puns can we say?" Because we pretty much maxed out on everything that we could, that they're relishing in on all of the events, you know, and stuff like that, which was the commentary is hilarious. If anyone hasn't heard it, like, go listen to it last year. It was
so good.
amazing. But literally, like, you're gonna have to hire writers to figure out what else that you're gonna say. But like, the fans loved it. I think it was a great idea to bring it back.
But they were at Media Day too. Like
they were at Media Day, I heard, and like, so Rossi, I guess, well, and a lot of the drivers, I think, like, interacted with a lot of the hot. They call them the hot doggers, or something.
I think so.
Like
yeah, something like that.
So like the drivers are called the hot doggers, and they are like media trained to like have all of these comebacks and like have all of these sayings. They're like Disney characters that they don't break. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. It's like what was what my understanding of it, which is love it.
Oh, so
I mean,
good. People were going nuts when we saw it
they were.
live. Like people were dressed up as hot dogs. People were wearing T-shirts for like hot dogs and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what would be really fun, and I know it's not family friendly, but it would be fun to have like an explicit stream of just like really inappropriate puns for the Weenie 500. Yeah. Maybe some live streamer or Twitch streamer or something can do something funny like that, because I know they won't be able to say, you know.
No, definitely not on Fox. I'm sure that would not, that's not family friendly. Yeah. But yes, I think somebody should do something like that. Oh my God, that would be so funny.
It would be also fun if they got like, if they had like one of the hot doggers and then a driver like in with them in the Weenie 500, yes. Right? I think that would be super fun. But
or a past driver or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like a past like 500 winner would be great.
Like a TK.
To like have to have oh God, that would be so great.
I love it.
To listen to us, people, like, see if that, like, that, because they have to change it up a little bit from last year to do a little bit something different.
Yeah. Oh, that I can't wait. Like, that's going to be so much fun to watch on TV now, and I'm glad that it's kind of becoming like a new traditional staple. It makes sense, right, with the amount of hot dogs that they sell at the 500 period, but I can't. The only thing I'm jealous about is that we won't be there to buy the merch.
No, we won't. And like, it's exclusively there. I don't think they sell it online. No. Again, like Disney. There's some things at Disney that you can only purchase there. Yeah. So yeah, which we did. I know you bought the T-shirt for Jimmy.
Yes, and I got
it was like,
oh, it's
and you got a koozie from there. Yeah, it was.
Those T-shirts were flying off the fucking shelves. Like
they were.
I haven't. It's been a while since I've done like a in-person merch drop type of feeling, but like it felt like Black Friday for those shirts. Like I was just kind of like, I gotta get my size.
We gotta get it, yes. And like we just, mm-hmm. Oh my God,
it was so good,
so much fun.
Oh, I'm really happy that they're doing that again, even though, you know, Hinch and Rossi were kind of about it last year, and some of the drivers were like, this is kind of stupid. The fans love it, and at the end of the day, that's all that fucking matters.
I think and they kind of changed their tune when they realized like how popular it is, and like, again, interacting with the drivers, just realizing just how much fun.
Ugh.
I mean, and who doesn't get excited when you see the Oscar Mayer car driving down the highway?
Come on. I honk at them, and I'm always like,
oh, 100%.
Yeah.
There's like miniature versions of it too. I don't know if you ever, like,
it's an American staple, damn it.
It is. It really is.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's going to be so great to see, and I can't wait to see kind of what other things are going to continue with this partnership with Oscar Mayer, because clearly they are in it. So
yeah,
pumped. Other news. So Penske finally completed their kind of engineering and strategist lineup for 2026. So just a quick backstory: in 2025, because of Attenuator Gate, the top 3 folks from Penske were terminated. Kind of sacrificial lambs, I guess, is the easiest way to say that.
I want to say, wasn't it 500 weekend as well?
Was.
Like it was, yeah. That's like, in the middle of the season. Well, I guess, yeah, in the middle of the season that they just hacked everybody away.
At the biggest race and
At
biggest
the
eyeballs.
weekend of they can, which is that's a huge statement.
Yeah.
That Penske did.
I know, but Austin Cindric is, or not Austin, that's his son. Tim Cindric is back at Penske as Scotty Mack's strategist on the pit lane. So even though he is not necessarily going to be like the big honcho, he is just coming back as a race strategist. There's been some internal promotions, things like that. But I am just really shocked that Cindric came back to Penske. I know he took a step back from like leading more Penske racing stuff, like with the NASCAR side, to take some more time. Granted, he's clearly at that retirement age, so maybe this is just like, I want to do sports stuff, but I don't want to like completely retire yet. So it's interesting that he's on Scott's race stand and not Joseph Newgarden's. But maybe Joseph needs a shakeup after last year of what's kind of been happening. But the good thing is David Malukas is keeping his same engineer and strategist from the Foyt days. So at least he's going to have some consistency coming in. But that was, when I saw the breaking news that Cindric was back at Penske, I was just like, out of all the teams that tried to scoop him up, because I bet you people were calling him. I bet Zach was giving him a call, and Chip, the fact that he stayed with Penske, I'm like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully, yeah. We'll see if they have a better season. I feel, I watched, did you see that there's another documentary on IndyCar on Tubi?
There is?
There is. It was like just about to 500, actually.
Oh, I'll have to see it.
You have to. I actually watched it earlier with John earlier today. It was like, it's like a 45-minute super quick episode kind of thing about the 500. So it was for the 2025, this past season. Very heavy on Newgarden.
Oh yeah.
Course. So yeah.
I'll have to go check it out.
Heads up. I think Tubi's free.
Yeah,
so Tubi's, and I think free. And I want to say that they sponsor McLaren. So I saw a bunch of stickers and stuff like that on Pato during that. But yes.
Okay.
Another thing that you guys should
check out.
Check it out. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I love this. This is incredible.
I haven't addressed it, but it has not official yet. But Prema was absent from Content Day. So again, Content Day is just what it is, right? Like there's all media, everybody, like all the teams pretty much participate. They do all the fun stuff, like the hula hooping, and the Weenie 500 people were there. Yeah. They talk about the upcoming season, but Prema was notably absent from Content Day. So not a good sign.
No.
It doesn't seem, like I said, I'm nail in the coffin, I think. Like that, there's still no word from them. There's no like major sponsorship. There's no ownership or that we know of that's happening right now.
Yep.
We don't know what that means for Schwartzman and Eilert, if they're staying, if they're going, because they are still under contract with Prema.
Yeah.
But doesn't sound like there's gonna be a team.
Nope. So the rumor is that they're gonna allegedly, if they get a buyer, they're gonna miss the first 4 races. So basically, just be an Indy 500 team at this point. Just be a 500 entry. Yeah. Because this also bleeds into some other news around RLL. Ryan Briscoe, who was part of Prema, has been hired by RLL to be, basically mentoring Mick Schumacher. So, and with Roman Grosjean kind of poking around Dale Coyne, what's left, right? Mm-hmm. And Callum has a contract with, I think, IMSA for this year. So but it doesn't, he could still race IndyCar, but he has something. I haven't heard anything from Schwartzy. Tinfoil Hat Monica is like, are Schwartzy and Callum possibly talking to Dale? And that's why we haven't gotten the announcement around Roman Grosjean. But I do
That would be
not
interesting.
I do not see them. So they would have to miss what? St. Pete, Phoenix, Arlington, and Long Beach. So they would their first race would be what? Barber. So
That's a lot to miss.
that's a lot to miss, especially when you're going to miss two of the biggest like newer races on the schedule. Granted, they're not eligible for a leader circle, which whatever, but
R.I.P. That's what
Yeah.
you know.
You
That's
just
what
gonna-
I'm calling it now. I'll keep the hat. All right.
Yeah.
I will wear this proudly. It's still around. It's still a thing. But yeah, R.I.P. IndyCar Prima team.
wow, what a just there and gone in less than a year. Jesus Christ. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's Prema and Coin are like Prema is coining us with updates, and I've just made Dale coin a verb. Yes, but it's just even if they're going to go under new team management, there's no guarantee that Callum and Schwartzy will stay, right? Like
Yeah.
if let's say hypothetically, let's say Abel Motorsports ends up buying a part of Prema, they're going to want Jacob Abel in the car, right? So I just feel bad for all those people stuck in limbo, like and people like Brian are jumping ship to go to RLL, and you know you have it's just
Again, they made that move to Indiana for nothing.
could you imagine like Callum's been in IndyCar so he gets it, but like Schwartzy, you were part of the Ferrari program, you decided to end ties at part of the Ferrari program to go to IndyCar, move to like Fishers, Indiana, right? Live there for a year. And then be like, okay, no, bye.
And now I don't. And he doesn't have a seat, right? Just kidding. Well, and he's been vocal about wanting to go back to Europe anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe this is just he could be like, you know what, peace. I'm going back.
I know. I just feel bad for Callum Islet because he's got like the worst luck ever. Like even at the Rolex 24, like he didn't even get to drive because their car crashed out. Like I'm like, this guy just can't catch a break with Prema and IndyCar and anything. I'm like, God damn it, Callum. I'm so sorry.
So sorry. Yeah.
But it will be interesting to see Brian Briscoe as part of a mentor for Mick. And, you know, there's been some other shakeups at RLL too. So who knows what other people they'll poach from Prema to come work at other teams. Oh, goodness. Oh, well.
Drama.
Thank God. It was so boring for like 3 months. Finally, we got something to talk shit about. So.
Perfect. Yep. We love talking shit here.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of talking shit, let's talk about Pato's commercial.
So what do you mean? Do you not like it? I thought okay. So I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that just like Pato deserves better than a garbage truck.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I get the premise that like he was built to be behind an engine.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever that it is. Like if he would have been a garbage man, that's exactly how he would have acted. Which 100% that's probably true. But he, you know, that he's got a little bit more class than that. That he should be like Joseph Newgarden's like commercial was kind of like a you episode. Like I think that we kind of alluded to it like our last that like, you know, he was the pretty handsome. He's got there's something sly behind him, and then Pato's a garbage dude, like a garbage. I don't know. I you know, obviously that he liked it, that he wouldn't have signed off on it.
Correct,
You know, like he's got an eye, like he's a tasteful dude.
Yeah. I think it was interesting that they kind of like the Dropkick Murphys was playing to kind of homage to his Irish heritage, which was fun.
Yes.
But yeah, like I get it. It was fun. It was funny him crashing into stuff and driving like a maniac because that's actually probably how he would drive a trash, like you said. But I think what people are kind of really just like, okay, I love the fact that they were like moms cheering him on in their lawn chairs, but you know, this is now year 2 where they continue insinuating that he is this like heartthrob, that women love him and they're the fanatics, and groupies is such a, you know, there's such a negative tone to that word, like with, you know, being a groupie in the 80s for a band, right? Like things like that. So I maybe if they would have changed groupies and said fans and maybe included like some dads cheering him on as well, I
Yeah.
think people would have been like a little bit more open to this concept. But I thought it was hilarious that they were moms because I've seen some moms go crazy after Pato.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But well, and I think last year there was like the backlash with his like, because they did call it them, his fans
Yeah.
groupies. And fans were not happy with that. Um, it would have been fun to put, to have men because we saw in that first, was it the first race
Yeah.
that he did sign a man's chest and that
Right.
dude got a tattoo over it.
How funny would it be if they brought him back?
They should have brought that. Yeah, that would have been pretty funny. Or just to have like a group of dads and call them groupies.
Yeah. I think that's the only
know?
thing that I was like, you guys should have learned from the feedback from fans before, like from last year. Oh my God, I'm going to sound like such a hater, but like, and then there was like 10 seconds of racing. Like, I get the commercials are so short where they're funny, but then I'm like, because I want to see more of like the racing stuff, I was like, give me more. But this one, because he hasn't won a 500, wasn't very 500 centered, which I'm like, why didn't they do that for Joseph since he didn't win last year? Like, why couldn't they have done like not just five, like his person, Joseph's personality is just Indy 500 winner now, like back to back.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see Will's and Alex's because I think those will be a good barometer of like, are they just trying to push this like funny, like guy kind of mentality? I really am interested to see like, is there going to be connection? Like, what's the connecting theme of these videos, or are they just really like onesie twosies? But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, they're probably like I have a feeling that it's just going to be playing into like their personalities. I
hope so.
Right. So so that's kind of the theme that I'm getting from Joseph and Pato's. I don't know, and I don't know if this is going to be tied to Powers commercial, but on Instagram at least that they had Bane's voice. I think right, like, and I think it was an Andretti post that said, that nobody cared about me until I put on the mask, which like I love that quote. I love like the Bane voice, and then you just see Power putting on his helmet.
Oh,
So is it going to be something like that? Like, is he going to be a villain this year?
I love it.
Like, I kind of like that's kind of what I got. But then what are they going to do for Pelot? Because he just seems like a nice guy killer as well. So like, is he going to be the good guy?
Or like an assassin, like a
Right, like a James Bond.
yeah, like he's killing the dreams of everybody because he's so good.
Right.
I off topic. I know we're talking about the commercials, but the whole murdered out black suit, black helmet, neon yellow TWG, I think sponsorship. Give me more of this willpower, and I really hope that the commercial is like that because that would be utterly incredible.
Right? Is he just like I do like because everyone cheers for the bad guy, right? Everyone loves a bad boy, and we know how bad boy that man can be, right? So
if they don't have him flipping the bird or somebody flipping the bird and blurring it out in this commercial, Fox, what the fuck are you doing?
I know, but like I know he's alluded that like he's done, like he's like, man, that's gonna follow me everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, yes, sir, it is,
And
because
we
know
love you for it.
we do love you for it.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't heard when they're supposed to announce the last two commercials because Fox doesn't have any more football games. They're done.
No. Right. So like, is it gonna launch Super Bowl? So they're gonna wait another week.
Two commercials though?
For two commercials, right? Because like it seems like that it would have been maybe this week that they're going to launch one, and then the last one would be, I would imagine, Will this week, and then Pelot.
Yep.
Super Bowl.
Well, I think because
But then they're going to launch all of them during Super Bowl.
because I think Joseph's was a week behind because they needed to finalize something. So I think what their initial thought was to have wild card weekend Joseph, NFC weekend, Pato, and then division, like who's going to the Super Bowl weekend, Will, and then a week off, and then Pelot. But I wonder if they're going to have to, but I don't even know what's going on this weekend on Fox that they could announce a Will Power commercial.
Nothing, right? I don't think there's really, and there's no games
No,
like this is the off week before
because
the Super Bowl.
NASCAR, well, Bowman Gray is a whole nother situation. They got bumped to Monday because of the snowstorm in North Carolina, but that's on NBC, so Fox wouldn't announce it there, unless they're just gonna throw it up and say, "Here's a commercial."
Right, like, and if no one's watching.
Who has,
I don't know. Let's
who
see
has the
what.
Pro Bowl? Here we are being like, "Who has
I
the
know we're
Pro
googling and we're
Bowl?"
like, what's on Fox right now? I guess Fox Sports. I should look up.
Yeah, because the Pro Bowl's on ESPN, so this weekend it wouldn't come up during the Pro Bowl. Huh? Because I haven't heard anything, so maybe we will get two in one week.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. I like paddles, but like,
the UEFA Cup.
what?
That's soccer.
Oh,
Sweetheart.
sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
The rest of the world watches soccer. Okay.
I am so sorry. Okay, football, NFL only. But it will be interesting to see, like, you know how they did like the little mini Pato installations with like the magazine cover. Like, what are they going to do with these? Like, are they going to have a trash can? Like,
I know, because like when we were at the 500, they actually did have like a newsstand with like those fake covers. So I wonder what it is. Yeah. Oh, so it's the PGA Tour is this weekend.
Oh, maybe. So maybe we'll see something.
Maybe something like that. I mean, yeah, and everything else is just basketball, NCAA, soccer, and
we're like
hockey.
in a lull right now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, give me Will Power's fucking commercial. Damn it.
Yeah, you're like, we'll just, or maybe that's their idea. They just want people to watch it. So like, we're just gonna sit and wait.
Yeah.
And sure, I'll watch NCAA. Fine, I'll watch it.
You're gonna launch it.
Fine.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whatever. It's not March, but fine, I'll watch it. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
I really hope I really hope the news cycle continues because it'll be fun to kind of now get to see like what's really happening. Coin maybe, Prema still maybe. So at least we have some things to kind of prep for. Two more commercials, so we got some other things to keep us busy over the next couple of weeks. So that's good.
Oh, I just realized that my light turned off. There we go.
There we go. Hello.
I guess there's a timer, I suppose, on it. I guess
You were talking too much shit, and Pato was just like lights off.
Lights off. All right. No more lights for you.
All right.
All right. So we wanted to, again, we're kind of doing some just information about IndyCar, kind of just bringing more light to it, just explaining some backstories, for some rules and things like that. But we want to talk a little bit about what IndyNXT is. So it's NXT, but it is pronounced IndyNXT, which is formerly known as the Indy Lights series. So this is considered like the junior series of IndyCar. So we do see a lot of like new talent and things like that come up from IndyNXT. Also sponsored by Firestone. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when we had the opportunity, they a lot of the races and things like that they do race before IndyCar. So if you guys do, excuse me, go to some of these races, you will have the opportunity to see these IndyNXT drivers. So is there any like junior champions that maybe Monica you want to talk about a little bit of who came from this series?
Yeah, so this is going to include like all of the different flavors of IndyCar. So this is going to include kart, IRL, the Infinity Series, and the Pro Series. Man, so Indy Lights or whatever it was called in the 80s, like it's been around since the 80s. So you'll see some of these names and you're like, oh man, really? So we have, Paul Tracy in the 90s, as well as, Brian Herta, that's a name that we're very familiar with. Tony Kanaan. Oriol Servia has won the championship, which, fun fact, Oriol drives the pace car for IndyCar right now. Our own Scott Dixon. Crazy to think that Scott Dixon won the junior championship in 2000 and that he's still racing.
2000,
25
right?
years, 26 seasons. Like, what?
Wow. Yeah, it's why he's one of the greats, right? That he's still around. It's amazing.
He's the GOAT. We have Townsend Bell, who's won, AJ Foyt the fourth, J.R. Hildebrand, Joseph Newgarden. So now we're getting into kind of like current day. We have Pato O'Ward, who won in 2018, Kyle Kirkwood, Christian Rasmussen, and then most recently we had Louis Foster winning in 2024. And I just want to say in my notes I have Denisa, but it's Dennis Hauger in 2025.
I just noticed that. I was like, Denise. I'm like, is that his official
Fuck is
name?
Denisa? No, Dennis Hauger in 2025. So, we've had some pretty big names that have won the championships, but that doesn't mean that there's plenty of other drivers like David Malukas that, may not have won the championship. Kyle Collette, who's a rookie this year, that were in contention for a championship in the junior leagues and are still racing in IndyCar. So it's definitely a great pipeline. Now there's kind of like two ways you can get into IndyCar. You can be an F2 driver that goes directly into IndyCar, or we've seen F2 drivers like Dennis Hauger, Kyle Collette, who go to F2, finish their F2 series in the European sector, and then go to IndyNXT, and then do maybe a year or two under the junior level of IndyNXT into IndyCar. So it's kind of pick your poison. If I was an F2 driver, I would love to go to IndyNXT to do ovals and then go to IndyCar, but you can choose however you would like.
Yeah. Because that's the major difference, right? That a lot of people have difficulty transitioning from F2 to IndyCar is that the oval.
Oh,
the
yeah.
beast that is the oval.
And the cars, like they still drive the Dallara IL-15, so the car hasn't really been updated since the Halo upgrade. So they're pretty much older vehicles, with which I found interesting. They use a Mazda engine. They don't use a Chevy or Honda, which I was like, okay. But they're heavy cars. Like they are 1,400 pounds. And that doesn't include the driver and fuel. And they're smaller than an Indy car. They're shorter in length and width. But I would say that they reminisce of like the old school early 2015 F2 cars. So that's why I feel like a lot of F2 drivers tend to naturally kind of progress into IndyNXT because it's a similar like feel of like the older F2 cars. But it's still going to be interesting to see what happens with the new chassis that come out in 2028. Does that mean that IndyNXT is going to get new chassis? I hope so, because the IL-15, that's an oldie.
I would imagine that they have to do some sort of upgrade as well, because if the idea is these drivers from IndyNXT are going to come to IndyCar, you would want some sort of bridge between the two cars.
100%.
So.
Yeah. And it's interesting because in F2, some of the technology that they have implemented on the F2 cars is kind of a test for F1 to see if it's like a capability thing, right? Yeah. And I do wonder if there's some room for IndyNXT to do the same thing, right? Like, we're going to try out a new piece of spec or tech on IndyNXT to see how, the rookie drivers in this series do it before we go to IndyCar. So, we'll see what happens with the tech specs. But there's some exciting momentum coming into IndyNXT this year from just a team's perspective. We've had a lot of IndyCar teams now start sponsoring teams in IndyNXT. Had a few like the Andretti's of the world, the Ganassis at one point, but now we actually have like a pretty good allotment of other IndyCar teams saying, hey, we need a pipeline of talent to come in. So why don't we have an IndyNXT team? So there's actually quite a few teams. So we'll go through them. And I apologize ahead of time of us going, holy shit, that boy is young. Because there's some children racing in
Legit
IndyNXT.
children. Oh my God.
So we'll start off with Able Motorsports. They actually have two teams, but they're split into two separate teams. So you have Able Motorsports, which this year we're going to have running the number 12, Max Garcia, who is a rookie, who is a whopping 16 years old from Miami, Florida.
What?
Does he have his driver's license, do you think?
No, absolutely not. Right? Oh my God. But you know what? He is from Florida, so God knows.
God knows.
What happens down there.
But okay, 16. I think he might be I think he is one of the youngest drivers on the grid for next year. We also, his teammate running the number 48, who is Jordan Missig, his second full season. He's actually 11 years older than Max at 27, from Joliet, Illinois.
Woohoo!
So
All right,
he's
Joliet.
a local-ish boy to us. But this is now going to be his second full season under Able Motorsports. And then finally, under the 57, we have Colin Kaminsky, who is his first full season at IndyCar. So he's done a couple onesie-twosies races. He's 26, so 10 years older than Max Garcia, also from Joliet, Illinois. Is there a racing hub in Joliet that we don't know about?
I mean, kind of, sort of, right? Like, that's where one
everything
of our,
is,
our
right?
speedways is there, right? Like,
but is there like a karting community? Because maybe we gotta go to Joliet.
Where else would they have it in Illinois, right?
True. Yeah, that's fine.
It would have to be in Joliet.
So I found that interesting that two of the drivers on at least Able they were from Joliet. I'm like, they're also a year apart. I'm like, did y'all go to high school together? Do you guys know each other?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine. Joliet ain't that big. So.
No. Isn't that insane?
There's a jail there as well. So that'll tell you a little bit about what Joliet is.
I hope they don't have like a, communal.
I wonder if they have that. Have you ever driven, I remember driving down to Texas and you're driving through Oklahoma. There's a sign that says, be wary of hitchhikers because they could be escaped convicts.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have that sign in Joliet as well.
I believe they probably do.
They would have to, right? Like around some sort of state, like some prison that you have to have that sign or something.
I think they do because when we were driving to go to Illinois State University in Bloomington or Springfield, wherever it is, there is a jail on the way there, and they had a sign. So I think you legally have to say, "Yo, there is a prison. Please don't pick up randos." Love the city and state.
Hilarious.
But the second Able Motorsports team is Able Motorsport plus Force Indy. And we have the number 99, Mr. Miles Rowe. It's his second full season. We love
Familiar
Miles.
Name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's pretty successful in his first season.
Yeah. And he's from Georgia, but he lives in New York, I believe. And he has a partnership with Penske. So there is even though it's Able Motorsport, there is a connection with the Force Indy under Penske. So maybe that's a pipeline for the future of Penske. We'll see. Mm-hmm. So that's Able Motorsport. We have a child and then some, lovely other
teammates. And it looks like for Andretti, it looks like there's some children that are also driving for them as well, but they're a little bit more seasoned.
Yes.
So all of them have driven. At least this is their first. For Max Taylor, though, it is his first full season.
Yeah.
But he, again, dabbled, last season as well.
Yeah.
So, but they're still children, 18, 19 years old.
You have Lockie Hughes, who is 23 from Australia in the second season. He's also, fun fact, the reserve driver for Andretti. So I'm interested to see, we're going to see more of these reserve drivers coming out of IndyNXT now. Mm-hmm. We have Sebastian Murray in the 27 with his second season. He is 18 from Scotland. And then we have Max Taylor, who is 18 as well in his first full season from Greenwich, Connecticut, which I think Santino's from there too. So I'm like, do y'all know? Well, Santino's older.
So that's like the Joliet of Connecticut. Do you guys have a jail there too? So let us know in the comments if you have a jail there too.
Cities that produce amazing race car drivers, you have to have a prison in your city limits. And then you have Josh Pearson in his third full season. He's 19. So in his third full season, that means he started as a baby from Portland, Oregon for Andretti. So, my goodness. But then we do have AJ Foyt joining the IndyNXT grid for the first time with two cars, and they're both rookies and they're both young. So we have, in the number 4, we have Nicholas Monterio. He is 20 from Pembroke Pines, Florida. And then another Florida boy, we have the number 14 in Alessandro De Tullio. He's a rookie, 19 from Miami. Another Miami boy.
Another Miami boy.
I don't know. Is there a jail in Miami? Probably.
100% there's a jail in Miami. What kind of question is that? I'm literally going to see if there's a correlation between drivers and, if there's a jail somewhere close by.
Please.
So either you become a driver, you work for the jail, or you're going to be a prisoner in that jail. That's the only, yeah.
You know what? If we ever get to interview any IndyCar drivers, I really want to, like the U.S. boys, I want to be like, hey, Joseph Newgarden, where'd you grow up? Was there a prison in your city? And he's gonna be like,
Because I want to know, are there any other like IndyCar drivers that came from Illinois?
Well, David. He's
Yeah,
from
Chicago.
like West. He's West Burb, so we clearly have prisons in Chicago. But at least on the current grid, it's just Malukas that I know about.
Yeah.
But like Rossi in Nevada City, California, is there a prison?
Oh. Ed Carpenter's from Illinois.
Yes, he is. Is he from Joliet?
No, he's from Paris, Illinois, which like that's no fun. If you're like, oh, where are you from? Paris. Illinois.
Just kidding. Oh my god.
And then Dale, obviously.
And
that
Dale,
he's
yeah.
from
Plainfield.
Plainfield.
There's no jail in Plainfield, right?
Jail in Plainfield.
Your search history is going to be really fun after this session.
My FBI agent's going to be like, what is the matter with you?
All right, I'll continue while you're searching. So then we have Cape Motorsport that has a partnership with Ed Carpenter Racing. We have 2 drivers. We have a rookie from St. Pete, Florida. So we have another Floridian, Nikita Johnson, who's his rookie season. And then in the number 20, who this was literally just announced, like off the presser, Matteo Nannini, his first full season. He's 20 from Italy. So we have a lovely Italian boy on the grid. And then
some Italian representation.
Come on. And then for Chip Ganassi Racing, they are back. They have 4 cars, which is crazy. We have the number 8. We have James Rowe in his 4th full season. He is 27 from Ireland. We have Bryce Aaron in his 3rd season under the 22 from Winnetka, Illinois.
So North Shore. Okay, you don't count North Shore.
No prison in Winnetka.
No. There's not.
No. We have Niels Coolin under his 3rd full season from the Netherlands at 24. And then we have Carson Eder in 11, who's a rookie. He's 21 from California. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then we have Cusick Morgan Motorsports, our faves, with a technical partnership with HMD. They have 2 amazing drivers. We have the number 15 and Nicholas Stati, who's a rookie and he's 17 from Australia. And then we have number 68 for Juan Manuel Correa. Woo, woo, woo. His first full season, he's 26. He, I believe, was born in Ecuador, but he spent a lot of time in Miami as well at 26.
Yes.
Continuing the HMD Motorsport train, they also have 4 additional cars. So they have the number 17. We have Salvador de Alba in his 3rd full season. He's 26 from Mexico. We have the 45, which is Jack Beaton, which is a rookie. He's 18 from Australia. Then we have number 67, Enzo Fittipaldi. We have a Fittipaldi back in IndyCar. It's his rookie season. I always forget that his Pietro also raced, so I always get those 2 mixed up, even though they're like completely 2 different human beings. He's 24 from Miami, even though
obviously they're related, right?
Yeah, they're brothers,
They're
right?
Brothers?
Yeah.
They have to be.
And then
Either brothers or cousins or something.
They have the last name, so it doesn't, know. And then I know I fangirled a little bit too hard for this lovely 19-year-old last week, but number 71, we have Tymek Kucharczyk from Poland. So we have an Italian and a Polish boy to root for now on the grid.
I feel like, we don't get a whole lot of Polish drivers.
No. I don't want to coin it yet. I want him to race his first race. But if he does well, I will start coining him the Robert Kubica of IndyCar, and I'm going to make T-shirts.
Oh, for sure.
Because he's sponsored by Orlen as well. So I'm like, But fun fact, he's got a partnership with a Polish news channel. So they're going to spotlight all of his races for IndyNXT in Poland. And I was like,
okay.
How do I get that? I would love to.
Right.
It will help me with my Polish. All of his stories are primarily in Polish with subtitles, and I'll like watch them, and I'm like, I'm actually learning more. Maybe I need to
does he speak English? I'm sure he does.
He
does.
does.
A lot of the drivers do learn multiple languages just because of they have to go to Italy. They have to go to all these different places to learn how to drive. So
yeah,
I would imagine.
But thank you, Tymek, for sharpening my Polish speaking skills. For whatever. But then
Good.
finally, we have Juncos Hollinger Racing. They have not announced their numbers or their second driver, at least to date, but we have Ricardo Escoto. It's his first full season. He is 21 from Mexico. And then we're still waiting to see if they will run a second car. So that's at least as of now, a month out from the season, what the grid looks like. There are a lot of rookies this year, so it'll be interesting to see championship contention. I think Miles Rowe is a favorite for that, as well as Salvador de Alba. He really had a great kind of moment in the second half of last year at Andretti. So we'll see who decides to take the championship and hopefully get a seat in IndyCar in 2027.
Yeah.
All right.
So as far as like where like so IndyNXT, do they drive at every weekend that IndyCar races?
No, they don't do some of them, but this year they actually have some double headers at some of the races. So they will be there at St. Pete for kickoff. They also, which is fun, they won't be in Phoenix, but they will be at the Arlington Grand Prix, the new one. So that'll be nice to have like IndyNXT at the new race. They're going to do a double header at Barber, which is interesting. And then a double header at the Indy GP. They'll be in Detroit. They go to Gateway. I think Gateway might be their first. Yep, Gateway's their first oval of the season. Then they're doing a double header at Road America this year. So they're actually going to be racing 2 races. So hopefully it's not, 900 degrees as well.
Oh my God, I hope not.
And then doing... It's literally double 1, 2, 3, 4 double headers in a row, because they also do a double header at Mid-Ohio, and then they also race in Nashville, Portland, the Milwaukee Mile, and then finally a double header at Laguna Seca. Jesus.
All right.
Lots of double headers.
That is a full season for them.
17 races. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I know. So it'll be interesting to see if Jack Harvey is going to be back on the booth for IndyNXT. I hope he is. I thought he was wonderful, but IndyNXT has been kind of up and coming. Like in 2025, IndyNXT delivered an average audience more than 5 times larger than 2024. So more people are going to be watching it. More people are interested in the junior series of IndyNXT. I also think them having the same partnership on Fox and FS1 and FS2 gives more visibility to these drivers, which is better because they could get more sponsors. They can get more kind of, talking points on like, hey, my race is being played in Poland, for God's sakes, right? So my favorite's Miles Rowe. I'm a Miles Rowe stan, but also would love to see Juan Manuel Correa win a few. And maybe Timek. Maybe Timek is rookie year on a podium. That's it. That's all I want.
I need to brush up on more of like the IndyNXT guys. So I don't know. I'll pick one of these rookies and follow them.
Oh yeah, just randomly pick one.
Rookie roulette. Who am I gonna pick right now? I'm gonna pick him right now.
Do it.
I mean, let's go with Nikita Johnson. I like that name, Nikita.
All right,
let's do it.
You're gonna be Ned Carpenter team, and I'm gonna be Cusick and Abel, and we'll see. HMD,
we'll see what happens.
Whatever. I'll cry if Timek, I hear the Polish anthem for the first time ever.
For sure. That'll be awesome.
Well, thanks for. Well, that was a little unhinged, but thank you for if you made it this far, thank you. If you would like to know if a prison is in your city limits, please Google. We'll come back to you with some scientific research on that. But we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us today. Our next couple of episodes are going to be breaking down the IndyCar grid. So we'll be, maybe some more unhinged comments about who's going to be racing where. Dale, you have literally 2 weeks to get your shit together and Prema for me to know who's going to be on the grid. I don't think we're going to have it by then, but it's whatever.
No, probably not. It'll be like the weekend before St. Pete, I think, is
third Wednesday. We're going to be like,
the Wednesday before St. Pete.
Hello, Roman. He's like, I went to Costco today, and Dale called me and said, hey, I got to come. So here I am.
I got the call at Costco. So, which means Costco has to sponsor them, right?
Come on. Roman Grosjean, Costco sponsorship. Like, we had a Sam's Club sponsorship. Get us a Costco. Yeah. Get us a Costco sponsorship. Or Kirkland. I would be...
Kirkland.
You know what? I hate to say it. Kyle Kirkwood with a Kirkland sponsorship.
Yes. I love that.
Also, no Chili Mobile, which, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. All right. We should probably end this. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
If you'd like to listen to some more unhinged podcasts, please follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. If you want to keep up to date on what's happening on social, we're Lap It Like It's Hot on all social platforms. And it helps if you like the episodes, leave us a 5-star review or a comment. DM us if you ever want to have any topics or questions that you want us to go over on the podcast. And we appreciate all of you, and stay tuned to our next episode coming soon. All right. See ya.